All right, we are live. What is going on? Kind of a crazy day as we're going live here. I've actually got some breaking news coming up on my phone here that has absolutely nothing to do with crypto, but I suppose we should talk about it since we are here and we are doing a news segment. So, it looks like, let me jump on over here to our Twitter. By the way, give me a follow. We're actually down a follow. I lost a follower? Wow. I lost my one follower that I got. I'm so sad right now. Anyway, let's see. This is in Knoxville, Tennessee. Multiple agencies are on the scene of a shooting at an Austin East Magnet High School. School shootings. Fun. Let's just see if we can pull it up here. Knoxville, Tennessee. What's going on? Yeah, there it is. Alright. That's depressing. Another school shooting in America. Fantastic. I'm sure we'll get more information here as it starts to develop. Alright, let's move on to our crypto news because that's why we're really here. Taking a look at the coin market cap, still sitting over $2 trillion in total crypto market cap. Holding strong. Bitcoin holding the 60,000 level. It was a red day to say the least, which, I think we expected coming into today. Every time we get a big surge over the weekend, the institutions tend to bring the boat back, right? They will not miss that boat. So it got pulled back. Luckily, we didn't fall too far below 60, and Bitcoin is up right now 1.91%. Or, sorry, that's on the 7-day, 0.5% on the day. Ethereum down 0.13%. Binance coin, my goodness, over $600. Guys, I first started talking about Binance coin at what, $200 a coin? Now we're sitting at $600. 21.5% on the day, 58% on the week. Incredible. XRP up at 1%. Tether. Oh boy, do I have a story to tell you about Tether. Alright, before we get into the news, let's go into story time here. Let me grab my cup of coffee and I will tell you what happened to me last night and why I have not been to bed in 24 hours, 48 hours. I don't know, I'm kind of losing track of time here. Kind of going a little crazy. Alright, so what happened? I was feeling like king shit last night. I had successfully sold the top. Right before the market started dumping, I had offloaded a huge chunk of my portfolio. Unloaded some cake, unloaded some bake. Honestly, just because I saw Binance hit 600 and I thought, my God, we're so overextended right now. I got to take some profit. I'd be stupid not to. And sure enough, the second I took profit, everything began dumping. And we damn near ended up right back where we closed on Friday. Big surprise, right? Boat got pulled back. But what happened to me? How the hell did I lose half of my portfolio last night? Half, guys. If you know how much money I'm throwing around, you know that's a lot of damn money that just poof, up and gone. So what happened? I was feeling like I was on top of the world. I'd made some good trades. I'd built up a big cash position. And of course, rather than just going to bed and calling it a day, I thought, well, let me start throwing some money around into a position or into some coins that haven't moved in a while, or build up some positions that I already had. That was my plan. I had sent about a half of what I had scrolled away on the Binance chain. I had sent it over to KuCoin because I was going to find one of those dirty altcoins and pick up one of those low-cap gems. Well, I exchanged my BUSD, my Binance stablecoin, for Tether, which in hindsight, I'm not real sure why. I guess I thought it'd just be a faster transfer. So that's what I did. I swapped out stable coins and I went to send my Tether to my KuCoin account. And when I did that, I sent a BEP20 coin, which is a Binance Smart Chain coin, to an ERC20 wallet, which is an Ethereum chain wallet. Now, I'm sure some of you listening right now will go, oh God, what have you done? That money's gone. Well, that's what I thought too. And after spending almost 8 hours in live chat with KuCoin's support desk, which I'm putting in air quotes. I know you can't see, but yes, I'm doing freaking air quotes 8 hours in this live chat. Anyway, long story short, they were able to find my transaction, which is really the point of this story if this ever happens to you. And it will, I'm sure, because crypto, this is just the way it goes when you're custodying your own coin. You do dumb shit like this sometimes. But luckily, KuCoin was able to track down the transaction, and they are sending the transaction back to my Trust wallet. It did cost me another $60 to basically just in gas fees to push the transaction through, which then sends the original transaction back. We can do a whole deep dive into that in another video of how to recover a lost transaction or missing funds. The nice thing about blockchain, right, is even though we send money somewhere and it seems to just poof disappear, we know that since we sent it on the blockchain, it's there somewhere. And it's just a matter of tracking it down and figuring out where the hell it went and how the hell to get it, right? So in this particular instance, yeah, did something really stupid, should have just gone to bed, but luckily, the nice people at KuCoin are going to help me get my money back. It will take 2 to 3 days, and until then, I'm sitting on half of my portfolio. Not real sure how I'm going to reallocate those funds, or even if I'm going to, I should probably just take a few days off after this whole shenanigans. Anyway, now that you've heard me ramble on and shed a tear for dumb things that I do, let's move on. ETH gas prices up to 132 gwei. If you remember yesterday, we were sitting at around $60 or 60 gwei in gas prices average. We have more than doubled gas prices in a day. And I told you yesterday that it really felt like Ethereum sentiment was beginning to shift. I think the gas prices are an indicator of that. And with the sell-off that we saw last night on the Binance chain, I say sell-off, Binance is still up over 600. But with that sell-off, I immediately assumed that money was flooding right back into Ethereum, just like we knew it would eventually. The second those gas prices came down, volume surged into the Ethereum network, which, I mean, that was the whole point, right, of going to the Binance chain, was finding lower gas fees. And if going to the Binance chain in return causes gas fees to go lower on Ethereum, why wouldn't you then jump on Ethereum? That just makes sense. Alright, let's go through the news. And it is a big news day, so strap yourselves in, guys. Here we go. Big opening news. This is what I rolled out of bed to. Not that I had been asleep, but this is what I rolled out of bed to. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, planning to pay board members in Bitcoin. I think the only surprising thing here is why he didn't do it earlier, than sitting on more Bitcoin than anyone else in the world. So yeah, MicroStrategy is now paying its board members in Bitcoin. How fantastic is that? And of course, on this news, shares are up 3.5%. Pre-market 735 alongside the rally in Bitcoin. Yeah, at this point, MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, I mean, they might as well be the same chart at this point. Alright, that's the MicroStrategy news. Next up, Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital joins growing list of Bitcoin ETF contenders. That's right, Mike Novogratz putting his hat in the ring for a Bitcoin ETF. Crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital today filed an application for a Bitcoin ETF in the U.S. The firm is now the 8th high-profile company to do so. The SEC has been reluctant to approve the trading product so far. I wonder why. You know, the SEC could have saved a lot of headaches over the past decade if they'd have just approved a Bitcoin ETF, for crying out loud. The only reason not to approve a Bitcoin ETF is because, for some reason, you're afraid of what Bitcoin represents, is the only logical conclusion that I can come to. And that's the Mike Novogratz Galaxy Digital news. Next up, Coinbase listing will cause crypto gold rush, says ETF investors. Well, to an ETF investor, what isn't a gold rush, right? You move 5%, hell, that's a gold rush for you. Coinbase listing on Wednesday is turning the stock market's attention to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Duh. Key takeaways. Coinbase stock listing on the stock market is promoting bullish sentiments around Bitcoin and crypto. Galaxy Digital joins the, yep, we talked about that. And financial experts are hopeful for a Bitcoin ETF approval this year. Not gonna hold my breath. And that's the Coinbase listing news. Next up, oh, this is big. Look at this. Or listen to this if you can't look. Time Magazine joins Tesla in keeping Bitcoin on its balance sheet. There you go, there's a cover of Time Magazine. Is fiat dead? I mean, not yet, but it's definitely withering on the vine, I'd say. Grayscale Investments and Time Magazine are partnering on cryptocurrency content, and Time is keeping the BTC. They're not selling. Next up, the New York Stock Exchange is issuing NFTs for these 6 stocks. How crazy is that? Let me read that again in case you missed it. The New York Stock Exchange is issuing NFTs for 6 stocks. That's happening. The 6 listings would be minted as first trade NFTs on the blockchain. Let's scroll through here. I didn't get a chance to read earlier. I'm trying to see if they're going to tell us what the 6 stocks are. Here we go. The 6 publicly listed firms to be offered as NFTs would be music streaming service Spotify, cloud computing player Snowflake. Ooh. Some of you may know I have a bit of a history with Snowflake. My past coming back to haunt me there from my boomer days. Video game development firm Unity, delivery giant DoorDash, online gaming platform Roblox, and end-to-end e-commerce and logistics network Copang. Guys, this is huge. Holy crap. Yeah, New York Stock Exchange issuing NFTs. Who saw that coming? I mean, I think we all did, but not this quickly. My goodness. Alright, moving right along. The Block reporting that Biden officials fret about digital yuan's threat to the dollar's dominance report. We talked about this yesterday, and Peter Thiel coming out saying that he thinks China is weaponizing Bitcoin against the US dollar. I don't... Thinking about this a little more after our stream yesterday, I don't necessarily think that China is in the cryptocurrency market specifically to attack America, right? Or the US dollar. I think that's a little vain of America to think that, right? I think China being in cryptocurrency is just something that's beneficial for them, and an unfortunate byproduct of them being in the cryptocurrency market and the US not is, the byproduct of that is that it devalues the US dollar. So like I said yesterday, the solution to this is simple. The United States just needs to get their crap together and get into the cryptocurrency scene. SEC needs to get a damn ETF going. That would be a good start. So that's just my thoughts on it. I don't think there's malice intent there, but then again, who knows? It is the People's Republic. So that's just my thoughts on it. I'm curious to hear what you think. Next up, in Binance news, we talked about this earlier. Binance coin soars to all-time high of $610. And here's why. We don't need to go into the here's why. You listeners of my voice already know here's why. Binance coin has soared to all-time highs. Binance is leading for its 15th quarterly token burning, or heading for its 15th token burning. I think that's just coincidence that their massive coin burning just happened to coincide with, Ethereum sucking ass. But yeah. Alright, that is all the news I got today. Let's get into the charts, find out what's happening here in real time. Not that fake time, that real time. Bitcoin. As of right now, on our 5-minute chart, we are sitting at $60,000, $27.28. Still holding. We could probably drop in a little line of support here. Drop us in a little floor right at that 60 level, it looks like. Well, maybe we'll drop it down here just to be safe. There we go. Ethereum, what are you doing? Boy, those charts are just damn near identical, right? Look at that. That's a mirror image of Bitcoin. So not a whole lot going on right now with our two big dogs. They're definitely just in consolidation mode here, moving sideways. We had this kind of run up here. Was that this morning? Yeah, that was our little pop this morning. Thought we were going to get a big breakout, but you know, looking at the pie top chart, I don't know if you know what that is. We can go into the pie top chart one of these days, but it is what it is. It's top indicator, and it did cross yesterday. So there are some people that do. Just going by the indicator alone, you could definitely call this the top. I'm not. I don't necessarily take those indicators as gospel, right? When I see a confirmed downtrend or a confirmed reversal pattern, that's when we'll start freaking out, guys. But until then, we do our technicals. All right, Bake. Look at that. Just can't stop, won't stop. Bake sitting at all-time highs right now, again at $2.20. I told you, I closed out of my bake and my cake positions last night completely. Just because I saw how far Binance ran last night, how stretched it got. I knew it was going to correct. And I knew that when Binance corrected, it was going to bring down cake and bake with it. So, you know, when you see the top guys, you got to take profits. No matter how painful it is to sit here and watch bake continue to all-time highs, you got to take profits. Otherwise, you're not going to sleep at night. You're going to be like me, turning into a damn crazy person. All right, moving on to cake. Cake is not at all-time highs. We're close. Cake set its all-time high last night. That was right when I sold, by the way. Right at that tippity top. At $28.22, currently sitting at $26. So it looks like it can make a run for it. And, you know, just going by my technical eye here on the 5-minute chart, you could certainly argue a somewhat bearish cup and handle, even though a cup and handle is usually always bullish. But when you get the high on a cup and handle, when this high is lower than this high, it can sometimes indicate not necessarily a bearish breakout, but certainly not as nice or as hard of a breakout as you would get if this high was higher than this previous one, right? I hope that makes sense. Let me grab a drink of coffee here. And there's the Binance coin. This chart, guys. I mean, what do you say? Binance sitting still over $600. Its all-time high last night, again, right where we sold. Sold my one Bitcoin that I bought for, what did we buy that for? What did I say Bitcoin? My one Binance coin that we bought for a couple $100. I think we bought it right at 200. So 3x gain on our one Binance coin. That's pretty darn good. But you can see kind of the same pattern that we see in cake, starting to form this slightly bearish cup and handle pattern. So it'll be interesting to see where Binance goes. If I had to make a price prediction, I have to think that that Binance has to consolidate here for at least a couple days, right? Get used to these uncharted territories that it finds itself in. Get used to this new price discovery area. I would certainly feel better about reinvesting if we did consolidate for a couple days, because right now buying into anything on the Binance chain feels like suicide right now. Next up, XRP has done really just a whole lot of nothing today, which is kind of surprising. I thought, you know, with all the news we had today, I thought we would have definitely seen some sort of movement in XRP, but as you can see, we're just kind of consolidating here, moving sideways for the past couple days. Which, again, you know, after the run that we've had, right? I mean, look at that. That is just a rocket ship to the moon. It's okay to get these periods of consolidation, and it's okay to hold through these periods, especially if your position is way down here, you know, on planet Earth, then you are fine. the newest addition to our excuse me. Newest addition to the portfolio, SparkPoint. Has not done much since we started building the position. This was actually one that I was gonna work on building more of a position in last night when I sent my damn money over to KuCoin just to have it poof up and disappear on me. So we did not get to build a larger position in this. So now it's safe to say I have turned bearish on SparkPoint. I want SparkPoint to just plummet right now. The last thing we want it to do is run away on us. That would suck. So you just keep doing what you're doing, SparkPoint. Do what you're doing. I did take a position on Engine last night as soon as we finished our stream, just like I told you I would, because I felt like where we were at was going to be a strong level of support for us. But as you can see, we fell through. Not by much. Not by much. You see, we started building our position right here at $3.10. And, you know, for the most part last night, that $3 level held beautifully. We just traveled right along that line, and then right here was the big dump that we saw from the Binance chain, which in turn dragged pretty much the entire market down with it. Not by much. I mean, look at that. We only came down to $2.92 from $3. I wouldn't call that a drawdown or a pullback. I would call that an opportunity to buy more. So we'll keep an eye on Engine. We'll add a little more to our position here today, and we'll just keep taking smaller bites out of it. Personal price target on Engine, with their jump net coming out, which if you don't know what the jump net is, that allows you to do gasless NFT minting, which will be huge, obviously. So personal price target right now, conservative, $5. Right, I would definitely be a seller of Engine at $5, but I'm a buyer of Engine at $3. So you could stand to make $2 a coin here if you were interested in a trade, and that's near term. I'd have to go back and double check on the jump net release, but I'm certain it's this month. So definitely by the end of the month, $5 Engine for sure. Chainlink, ooh. Look at this, guys. We are seeing some movement in Link right now. We bounced right off of our damn position. We're holding Chainlink at $32, and we are moving away from it. And that is good to see. Last up, but not least up, Cardano. Our stablecoin, right? We did see some movement out of Cardano the past couple days. But, you know, when I say movement, we moved from $1.22 up to $1.29, which is good profit if you've got a sizable position in Cardano. But I think most Cardano holders would like to see a lot more movement than 6-7 cents, right? I think most of us ADA holders firmly believe ADA is going to be